Let's run the floor, beginning in Los Angeles, where Chet Holmgren was awesome last night. 30 points and 14 rebounds, and the Thunder clinched the NBA's best record with a 128-110 win over the Clips. SGA finished with 20. It's his 140th straight game of at least 20 points. OKC has now won 19 of 20 to earn the West #1 seed for the third straight season. Meanwhile, in San Antonio, no Wemby because of that rib contusion, but De'Aaron Fox led the way. He had 25 as the Spurs beat the Blazers 112-101. Spurs are 28-3 since the beginning of February. They are now locked into the 2 seed in the West. Oh, and then there's these guys. In Denver, Nikola Jokic and the Red Hot Nuggets are moving closer to clinching the 3 seed. After beating the Grizzlies 136-119, Denver has won 10 straight games for the first time in 13 years. Jokic, a quiet 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. Another triple-double. It was his 34th triple-double of the season, tying his career high from last season. It is now tied for the 4th most in a season. Ties that with Russell Westbrook, who did it in 2018 and 2019. Monica, it's another amazing season out of him. Are we underappreciating what Jokic is doing out in Denver?
Yes, good gracious, we are. And I get it. Wemby has come along and captivated the hearts of basketball fans. Just, matter of fact, people everywhere, because what he's done looks so extraterrestrial. But here's this guy that is just giving you a triple-double, who has been able to maintain the core of his team that allowed him to win a championship 2 seasons ago, has only gotten better, and this team is rounding out into form in terms of getting healthy and rattling off 10 wins down the stretch of the season. Now, Schrager, Vinny, they do have to play both OKC and San Antonio to finish out the regular season. However, I've said this all along. If you told me who can upset the apple cart as far as this run that the Spurs are on, I'm like, y'all, you cannot overlook
and
Denver.
If they're the 3 seed, they'll have to get through likely those 2 teams in the playoffs as well. You were saying on the pre-production call about his statistical prowess to see like just how unprecedented this is.
Yeah, I'm not a slave to the stats all the time, but leading the league in assists and rebounds in the same season, y'all, this is just something that we haven't quite seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
And he's won 3 MVPs, so he's historically appreciated. But this season itself will go historically unappreciated. He doesn't have the story. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a story. Victor Wembanyama has the story, but he is still the best player in the game.
Steady.
And he has 7 3-point shooters around him. The one thing you want to give Jokic is space to operate and one defender in his face, even if that's Victor Wembanyama. Did you see that shot that scraped?
Come on,
Over 7
Schrager, come on, up here.
It scraped the Lord, y'all. He's going to have 0 issues with him in the 7-game series. Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm not going to say 0 issues.
No, I'm saying he's going to have 0 issues.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying they're going to have 0 issues.
Yeah.
We're going to have a mano-a-mano, I think, in the second round in ways that we don't often
I think it's a great question for you because we've been talking about Spurs and Thunder all season, 2-horse race. We now have a legit, and it's ironic with his horses, with his love for horses, but a third horse in this race. Can the Nuggets spoil this Thunder-Spurs Western Conference Finals we've been looking at?
Okay, so I'm always bad at projecting ahead, but right now, what are they? 3? So they would get Minnesota first, which is not a given, right? Then after Minnesota, they would go 1.
San Antonio.
They go San Antonio. Okay, excuse me. Yes, I think they could. I really do. My qualm with San Antonio has just been the fact of what we see most consistently in the NBA. It is so rare for a team with 0 collective experience and a first-time head coach in the postseason to go and make it happen. On the other end of that, you've got experience, you've got unique enough talent, Joker or Wemby, whichever one you want, incredibly unique, literally changing the game. Those 2 match up in that series. You've got great guard play on both sides, but to me, the pendulum swings in the favor of the Nuggets because they won a championship 2 years ago. Like they know
and
the 20-game
stretch. And they took the Thunder to
stretch.
7 games last year.
And you know what else it just came to me? If they get to the finals, it will be one of the greatest team runs we've ever seen. Just getting there. Okay, you beat Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, Rudy
Well,
Gobert,
if
and those
this
guys.
holds, right?
If it holds.
Right.
Then you go and play San Antonio, 60 wins. Then you go and if you beat the Thunder, defending champion Thunder, 60 wins. The last time I could think of that is probably the Houston Rockets of Hakeem Olajuwon, big man, a lot of shooters.
Otis Thorpe.
Yeah.
No, that was Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler second year. But no, but good. I like the pool. Someone's been talking to him, that's what that is. But no, that's the road that is facing them. If they are to get there, the West is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Get your sleep now, because we ain't sleeping until June.
Now, and to be fair, you could look at this and say, people might be sleeping on Minnesota as well. Whoever is the last team standing in the West is going to go through a bloodbath. But when you look at it, to me, one of the differentiating factors in such a tightly contested series is going to be experience.
Was Otis Thorpe part of that Portland trade? Is that what it was?
He was part of the Portland trade.
Okay.
Look at Peter.
ahead,
Pulling
Drake.
it out. I like
They
it.
swept Shaq and Penny. I know that team. From the hardwood to the diamond, where suspensions were levied. Jorge Solar.
He swung with a baseball in his hand.
Big pitcher
minute.
Ronaldo Lopez. They each got 7 games. Only Buster. Some heavy-handed penalties issued by Major League Baseball here. Did the punishment fit the crime?
Yes, Peter, the suspensions fit precedent. Look, Solero got the extra couple of games in his suspension because he was the one who went out to the mound, and Lopez.
Look at Walt Weiss here. He's just going to get low, and he's going to tackle, and he's going to save his guy. That was good. That was nice, yes. There are shades of Jeff Van Gundy in this as well, Buster.
Ever in that situation again, he's going to want to do what Walt Weiss did.
It was great, yeah. Yesterday in Toronto, we had that World Series rematch. The Blue Jays, though, salvaged a 3-game sweep here from the Dodgers, though Shohei Ohtani did extend his on-base streak to 43 games and allowed 1 earned run in 6 innings on the mound. Talk about Ohtani here. Is there a chance that this guy actually wins the Cy Young this season?
So as we talked about last week, it's probably a long shot that he wins it because of pure volume, right? He pitches every 6th game rather than every 5th game, which means he's going to finish the year with 150 innings, 160 innings, where some of his competitors, Christopher Sanchez, might be in the range of 190, 200 innings. But you know what? If Ohtani dominates those innings he does throw, if he finishes like an ERA of a 1.5, over 150 innings, yeah, he could win it. I mean, who are any of us that tell Shohei Ohtani he can't accomplish something? He's been unbelievable this year. In that game yesterday against Toronto, you could see he was grinding it. He didn't have his best stuff. He didn't have his best command, and yet he finishes with no earned runs in 6 innings. You mentioned 12 innings to start the season, no earned runs allowed.
Yeah, this came up in the World Series also, as we talk about Ohtani. The Blue Jays appeared to again take issue with the Dodgers' extended warm-up time on the mound. Dave Roberts took issue with the Dodgers dugout. What do we do from here? Does Major League Baseball need to step in on these?
There's no question about it. I think they need to formalize an Ohtani addendum and add time for him to warm up in those games when he's pitching. Because, look, we've seen umpires enforce the rules of the time the pitchers have to warm up. And what happens is when Ohtani pitches, the other team is like, hey, does he have extra time? Does he not have extra time? Just put it in the rules. When a two-way player pitches, he gets an extra 15 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever is needed. Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, said yesterday, Ohtani is different. He's right. Make his situation different in the rule book.
Okay, and lastly, the Pirates gave a 9-year, $140 million contract to a 19-year-old, Connor Griffin. That was less than a week after his big league debut. What do fans need to know about this guy and why he should be a household name for everyone?
Well, there's a reason why he's the first teenager to play in the big league since Juan Soto, because Soto was his comp as a prospect. He does everything well. He hits. Last year in the minor leagues, .333 batting average. He has a really simple swing that's going to translate in this era of high velocity. He's considered to be a high-end defender with a really strong arm. And Connor Griffin can run. Last year in the minor leagues, he stole 65 bases. So he's going to be an anchor for the Pirates' everyday lineup for years to come. I loved what Paul Skeens said yesterday, that Connor Griffin is going to become the face of the Pirates franchise as they move forward. There's more hope in Pittsburgh for a playoff run than maybe we've seen in a decade, Peter.
Yes, that is awesome. We've got the draft in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks, and the baseball team is now on everybody's top of mind. Buster, thank you so much for joining the show. Awesome as always. Coming up,